Well, good morning, everyone. I hope we're doing well. It's Friday, everybody. It's nearly the end of the week. One last push, and then we're there. But you know what? It's the end of the week, but again, it's the start of another transfer saga for Manchester United, the club that never sleeps. Everything is always going on at this football club. And whether you're watching us live or whether you're joining us after the stream, please let me know how you're doing down below. And let me know what you're most excited to talk about today. Is it Sander Berge? Is it Matthijs de Ligt? Is it anyone else? David De Gea has joined Fiorentina. Is it Anthony as well? He just dropped an interview with Telegraph Ducker. We're getting into that very, very soon. How are we all doing, chat? We all doing well? We all doing well? Good morning, Adam. Good morning, Malps. I hope we're all doing well, chat. Hope we're all doing well. We'll get started in just a sec. Let a few more people come through. This window is turning into a bit of a shambles, says Andy Williams. I disagree with that. I disagree with that personally. But you know what? No, I get why you think that. I'm going to try and provide a little bit of optimism today. As always, but a little bit of optimism. The shining light, the silver lining is what I like to call myself. At least in this part of the transfer window. Give it one more second, let a few more people filter through, and we'll get right into the stream. So much to talk about today, chat. So much to be talking about. We're going to be bringing you an in-depth analysis on Sander Berge. And shall we get into the stream? Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MPB Morning Show. I'm your host, Alex, at Alex Talksall. And today's stars of the stream are Sander Berge and Matthijs de Ligt. And Anthony as well, a late addition into the show. And we also have a separate guest appearance, or guest segment on David De Gea. And to end the stream as well, we're going to be doing a sort of pre-match analysis of Manchester United versus Manchester City. Again, two rivals to the derby meeting up in another trophy final. We're talking about that as well. If you're excited for all of that, please hit the like button and get involved in the stream. Get involved in the chat. We are a family. We are a community here on the MPB Morning Show. And as per, please hit that subscribe button. We're aiming for 7,000 subs by the end of August. It would mean the world if you could help us reach that target. But chat, we're going to be starting off with a report from the Muppeteers. That's what we're starting off today with. The Muppeteers gave an update on Sander Berge. The midfield situation is probably the hottest topic at the club right now. After we stopped going after Manuel Ugarte, the club has been sort of in the embryonic stage of searching for a new midfield targets. Names like Martin Zubimendi have been mentioned, Yusuf Fofana, a name always mentioned, Sofian Amrabat, Adrian Rabiot, but now Sander Berge is a name that's been brought to the forefront. And the Muppeteers have joined the line of mentioning him in their reports. Telegraph Duckers mentioned him, Simon Jones, Duncan Castle's the man who broke the news in a phenomenal scoop. He mentioned Sander Berge as well, and the Muppeteers have added to that list. He says there are some indications from people around Sander Berge that his potential transfer to Manchester United is moving forward. Chat, for those who were here yesterday or those who have just joined today, let me know, Sander Berge, how do you feel about him? Before we get in depth into him and really pick at the bones of that player, let me know, how do you feel about Sander Berge at Manchester United Football Club? Let me know, chat. Let me know. Mark says Berge is dwarfed by Casemiro's last season's stats. Can someone explain to me how we want Casemiro out, but he had a better performance last season than Sander Berge? Is that the slander name you're calling him? Okay. I like your the Feisters. I like the opinion. I disagree with it. But anyone else? I watched Sander Berge highlights. He's too slow. I don't understand what people are saying, says Madison. Mate, there are so many good sites out there where you can watch more than just highlights. But Sander Berge, you really have to be watching the full game of him. He's not an exciting footballer. I'll tell you that. He's not going to play those long things. He's not Paul Pogba like that. Nor is he a Declan Rice or a Rodri getting in and around the goals, getting in the box, giving you the game-changing moments. That's not Sander Berge. Watch a full game of him and you'll start to see the proper picture. He's trash. Go check the stats. He was worse than Casemiro. There's more to football than just stats, my friend. There's more to football than just stats. But look, we'll talk about that in a second. But let's look at the report itself from the Muppeteers. The really interesting thing I see with it is people around Sander Berge. This is not a United source, which the Muppeteers have got it from. The Muppeteers, in my opinion, are one of the best sources for United news. They've got sources here, there, and everywhere. They were superb throughout the Ineos sort of saga, them coming and taking over the club. He provided scoops, exclusives. He broke Qatar bids here, there, and everywhere. They're a top source. So it's really interesting to me for them to pivot and to be a more agent source here, speaking about people around Sander Berge. And that's interesting to me. It's a bit of a change from the norm for them, and I'm intrigued about that. But again, it's all very vague. Manchester United is moving forward. There's not much real drive there, not much certainty. Sure, I think we're talking a bit more to them. We knew club officials had spoken to them directly, the same thing that's been going on with Yusuf Afana for months now. So look, I wouldn't say it's a groundbreaking report. It's interesting that the word moving forward suggests it's advancing. That it's not just meeting up with intermediaries. There's actually things going on behind the scenes. That, to me, that's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. I quite like that. So yeah, it's a very bit of a nothing report, but there's an inclination that things are moving on, which is nice. Sander Berge, the next Roy Keane. Chat, Adam Calvert has dropped a bomb in the chat right now. Is he the next Roy Keane? To me, absolutely not. Basically, from the they play midfield, that's the only comparison. Their temperament, their sort of anger, and their calmness, composure, polar opposites. Polar opposites. But chat, that's a really good question. Who is the closest thing to Roy Kent? Not Roy Kent, good God. Roy Keane. Watching a lot of Ted Lasso lately. Roy Keane in the modern game. Let me know, chat. Let me know. He's too slow. Bring me Zubimendi. Mate, if you want fast, if you want quick, you don't want Zubimendi. Trust me. You have not watched a second of Martin Zubimendi if you think he's quick. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. Mark says he doesn't even suit the way we want to play. He's not a good tackler. He doesn't intercept the ball. We need a destroyer. Okay, I'll get to my analysis in a second. Let's hear what you lot are saying. Let's hear what you lot are saying. In reality, we are not in that good position as all you fan channels is telling us. I am the last person to tell you we're in a good position. Financially, market-wise, we have got no leverage in the market. We are playing with both hands tied behind our back. And even in that position, we got Yoro. We got Xerxes in fantastic deals. So you know what? Give us a bit of slack. Not all fan channels like us we're in the best position in the world. Give us a break. Give us a break. Easy. Rodri's the closest thing to Roy Keane. Anyone else? Anyone else? Why are people already writing off the geezer before we even sign him? You're exactly right, my friend. You are exactly right. How you doing, Zed, mate? Zed, mate, you doing good? You're doing good. Declan Rice is a friendly version of Roy Keane. Yeah, I get it. Moneyball signing, nothing more. Ugarte was the true Moneyball signing. He was the true Moneyball signing. Every box that man ticked. At possession, he was a monster. According to the stats, he won everything. He got in so many duels. He won so many of them. But what the stats didn't tell you was his temperament. His ability on the ball. He was soft. He was safe. He was consistent. Sure, wasn't anything groundbreaking. Wasn't able to ping the ball. You were sure he could carry the ball. He was great at that. But it was the stats that were the most interesting. He won a lot of duels, but it didn't tell you a lot about his temperament. And he was very reckless. He got himself into a lot of sticky situations, and that's what I think, alongside the price, we have moved away from that deal. We have moved away from that deal. Good to see you choose them. So that, to me, was the Moneyball signing of the midfield search. Sander Berge is sort of a halfway house. But you know what? I've been watching a lot of Berge lately, and let's get this all out the way. Let's get this out the way. Berge, Zubimendi, Yusuf Afana, Amrabat, pretty much any 6/8/6 hybrid midfielder we've been linked to is at least good on the ball. Let's get that out the way. You are picking hairs between their abilities on the ball. All of them highly technical. They can move the ball about really easily, super safe on the ball, super consistent, apart from Afana maybe. They keep the ball, most of them are metronomic in fashion. They all have their upsides on the ball. So when I look at Sander Berge, I look at a man who has typically been played in teams like Sheffield United and Burnley teams. Squads where quality isn't paramount. The technical floor isn't that high, so therefore, they've been asked to keep the ball a lot. Sander Berge is a very safe player on the ball in that Burnley side. He keeps the ball really well. He has that safe pass out to the right back, to the left back, back to the goalkeeper. He's got an occasional ping out to the right wing. That's what Sander Berge is really good at. But when it comes to anything special, he doesn't really seem to have that. Someone's called him boring at one point. Someone was saying he's quite slow. On the ball, yeah, he's not really fancy. Does anyone think Sander Berge is a very fancy signing? I don't think he is. I mean, let's see what you lot are saying about it. On a 3 year plus 1 year, then it's all right. He's got 1 year left on his contract, Sander Berge. 1 year left. So to me, you can get him a really cut price deal. This window is a 3 out of 10 at best so far. We've literally just replaced Martial and Varane. The squad is worse than last season. But now, the window's not shut yet. Give us time. Give Ineos time. Best in class, first in class. They will get the job done. Signing Berg is a disgrace, man. Buying a championship player. Chat, some of the best players in recent months have been from the championship. Adam Wharton. Amad Diallo. Alex Scott coming through. Chat, the championship is a gold mine. To ignore that place is ignorant. When Dougie Friedman does the best work there. Michael Elise came up through there. Ivan Toney came up through there. To ignore Harvey Elliott. Chat, to say, oh, we're signing a championship player is hugely reductive. It's hugely reductive, chat. Hugely reductive. But I've got a question for you lot. I've got a question. What do you value most in the midfielders we're signing this summer? Is it their on-the-ball ability? Is it their off-the-ball ability? That's something I want to ask all of you. What is the best thing about him? Static Matic. You know what, Adam, mate, let me say something to you. There are, in the Premier League last season, 6 players who covered over 400 kilometres in the whole Premier League. In the whole of the Premier League. Do you know who one of those players were? Sander Berge. He's not static. He's not slow. Sure, he's 6'4", monster physical profile. Is he the fastest player in the world? No. But my God, does that man cover ground? He covers ground like nobody's business. So to point at him and say, oh, he's static, he's not. He's just because he's not the most elegant, quickest player in the world does not mean he's static. Does not mean he's static. Berg, Fofana, De Ligt, Mazraoui. You happy with that, Alex? Yes, I am. I think 2 midfielders, a centre-back and a right-back, I'd be happy with. I'd love Kadioglu, but as reports this morning, he's gone off to Brighton, unfortunately. As a championship player, exactly. You're so right, mate. You're so right. It's not about signing fancy signings or Galacticos. We need profiles. Ineos have moved away from what the previous regime have done. You're exactly right, Z. You are exactly right. We need a top-quality player as a 6. It's such an important position. I agree. But there's no top quality 6s on the market. Ugarte is not a top quality 6. He is a decent squad player, which we are paying a premium for if we pay 60 million euros. That's what it is. That's all he is. He is a premium priced player who is at best a good squad player for Manchester United. Next year, we will sign our premium number 6, our top quality, the Adam Whartons of the world, the Amadou Onanas of the world. That is what we'll get. But this summer, it's about buying a safe, consistent, metronomic number 6 who's good off the ball, who's okay at least on the ball. That's what we want. Who could be a good squad term player for the long run. Coming 400 kilometres to what end? To making interceptions. Mate, I don't really... Sure, that he got relegated. But are we going to be this reductive in our analysis where we go, oh, he got relegated, he's a bad player? James Maddison got relegated with Leicester, no? So many... Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Harvey Winks got relegated with Leicester. Are they relegation candidates? Jamie Vardy got relegated with Leicester. Are they championship players? No, of course they're not. You can't just judge everything by their... by the fact that, oh, they're in the championship. Oh, they got relegated. Sure, he covered 400 kilometres to get relegated. I'm stating how much he runs to show that off the ball, he can put in a shift. The biggest issue with the Everton Hog system is you need physical monsters. You need players who can cover ground, cover every blade of grass to make sure the midfield isn't wide open. Toby Collier can do that. Casemiro in his first season did that and showed the system can be sustainable. Kobe Mainu can do that. Alejandro Garnacho can do that. We are assembling a team of physical monsters. Sander Berge is just another player. Just another player. And also, chat, we are 20 likes at the moment. If you're enjoying the stream so far, let's try and hit 30 today. Let's try and hit 30. Did you say Harvey Winks? I did. I did say Harvey Winks, who is a Premier League caliber player. He is. Anything less than £20 million up front is good business for Berge. I expect 50 million, £20 million. That's what I get. We've actually been following him since Genk, and we tried signing him before he went to Sheffield United. I agree. Mark Goldbridge, a man who I admire, who I think is a great presenter, he has been very critical of the Sander Berge signing, of the interest in him. 2 years ago, he was saying it would be a great signing for Arsenal, but don't pay £50 million. Chat, I'm sorry, what? Like, where's the correlation? The only thing that's changed, he has gotten better as a player since then. The only thing that's changed is his reputation. We can't start signing players based on reputation, based on that they're relegated. Sign players based on profiles and what they're good at. It's because he didn't have an exotic name. Exactly. The bloke's Norwegian. He's 26 years old. He's a very bog standard player is what he is. Like, ugh. Plus, I love how everyone's bigging up Ineos now. Look at the state of this window. We have one signing who was a Xerxes replacement with our other Varane replacement out for 3 months. Chat, you know what? We will have the discussion on Ineos in a second. Let's focus on Berg. Sorry, I almost said Agate for a second, but no, Berg. No, Harvey Winks is not a Premier League caliber player. He's trash. You know what? Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. And I think the thing is, look at the environment they're playing in. Chat, there's a really good video put out by Jack Fawcett. Great creator. Go look at him. Go look at him. You would have known him before me, certain of it. But he put a video out on Bournemouth being played by Burnley and the full 90 minutes of Sander Berg. No, not the full 90, all actions. All of his actions. And so what's really interesting, Burnley are a progressive team under a progressive coach by Company last season. They tried to play progressive, exotic, modern football. That's what they tried to do. That's what they tried to do. But they couldn't really do it at times a lot last season because of the quality of the squad. They were always up against it. Always up against the top teams. Always up against the big boys. And they were just a bit inferior. When they played against Bournemouth, teams lesser quality, you could see Sander Berg being a bit more exciting. He drove up from the back. He beat his man. He played the dangerous passes. I think Sander Berg is very capable of doing things Manuel Agate could do. Even, not Rodri, not Vice, but a top-class 6 could do. He just has always been told not to. He has put the team's needs before him. That's why. Mark says, why didn't Vincent Kompany take him to Bayern if he's so good? He is average at best because Bayern Munich were looking for a starting number 6. A starting long-term number 6 who is a destroyer, who is a different profile. And João Palhinha and Sander Berg, mate, are different profiles. That's what they are. I can't believe we're discussing Palhinha and Berg in the same sentence. Hugely different profiles. Palhinha is again, tall lad, big bloke. He is a destroyer at heart. He gets in tackles. He's a meaty boy. He's there to win challenges. Sander Berg, a bit different. Sure, big man, meaty boy, good in the air, but he's there to keep the ball, control the ball. He's not a destroyer. Bayern Munich needed something different. They have Joshua Kimmich. They have Leon Goretzka. They've got Albon. They've got those controllers in there. They've got, who's their 6? Lema as well. They've got the 6s to control the game. To add another one in there, mate, makes no sense. Sign players based on profile. Kompany was being smart. He was being smart, and we're trying to be. We're trying to be. Hello, Mr. Sats. How you doing, pal? How you doing? So is Sander Berg not a starter then? Not a long-term starter? No, I don't believe he is. I don't believe he is. He is a starter for this season. Next season, sure. Sure. Then I'd give him... Then he's a squad player. Then you bring in Wharton. Then you let him be that backup. And he's more than good enough to be a backup for a top club. He's more than good enough. He's more than good enough. He'll be good against the relegation teams. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when he trusts the quality around him, when he backs himself, he can be the more extravagant, more adventurous. That's what he can be. That's what he can be. Look, me and Mark are arguing today. Let's interact with someone else. Let's interact with everyone else. Lomingo says, you're right, it's about the right player profiles. What has buying the names gotten us? We brought back Ronaldo for goodness sake and finished in 6th place. Lomingo, mate, you're spot on. You're spot on. And I liked Ronnie. To be fair, Berg isn't a starter. He's a backup for Casemiro, who also isn't good enough. Any 6 we sign this summer is a stopgap. A stopgap player. He is very simply a waiting game for the Adam Whartons, the future Amadou Onanas, the future João Neveses of next season. That's what we're waiting for, chat. That's what we're waiting for. So point blank, you need value, you need right profile, and you need a player who can fit in the squad long term and provide a good base for us. That is what we're looking for. As a football club, that's what we're looking for. Sander Berg fits that. Value-wise, under 20 million. Long-term wise, he's more than happy to be a backup. He's the right age profile. He's 26. He's got 5-6 years left in him. He is good enough. He has the right physical flooring, the right technical flooring, the right footballing IQ to play in a Manchester United system in the long term as a squad player. But he's a good enough stopgap to get us through this season. That is my belief. And to provide statistical evidence to those who don't really want to look at anything more than just watching him play, let's look at this, shall we? In my opinion, a big stat last season, which we were missing, was aerial duels. Being good in the air. Sander Berge was better than Ugarte, Fofana and Rice in those positions. He only lost out to Rodri, but Rodri had nearly less than half of the aerial duels he participated in. Rodri had 76, Berge had 112. Physically in the air, something we lacked hugely, Berge will bring that in a plenty. And there's so much more. There's so much more. Let me find mine. Let me find my stats, chat. Let me find my stats. Let me find my stats. Here we go. Percentage of dribblers tackled last season. Berge got 57.1%. No, sorry, 58.6%. This is superior to Ugarte, Casemiro, Rice, Fofana and Rodri. When it comes to taking people on, tackling them, stopping people running at him, no one comes better than Sander Berge in the 6th position. So look, you can say on it all you want off the ball, which is why I think we need a midfielder the most. Sander Berge fits the bill. And if you agree with me, hey, even if you disagree with me, but you're enjoying the conversation, make sure you smash the like button. We are 8 likes away from 30 likes. Let's see if we can hit the mid-50 today. It would mean the world to me if you can show your support. Mr. C says, no, we couldn't because they never showed they had the funds. Otherwise, the Glazers would have sold. Don't be deluded. Destroy profile. We need a bit of both. And what I've just said there, Mark, is that he is he's not a destroyer. We don't need a destroyer. We need a player who can do both. Who can win the ball back, which he can do, as I've just explained, but also keep the ball. Chat, let's keep it civil in here, please. Let's keep it civil, shall we? Let's keep it civil. But Sander Berge is 27 in 6 weeks, so that's the right age profile. It's the right age profile. Shall we have a little look at who you lot think you would rather have as your new number 6 next season? Who would you rather sign next season? Chat, let's keep it civil, shall we? Mr. C, Joshy boy, I don't mind you lot talking. Can we not insult each other, please? But chat, you don't want to be going anywhere. We're discussing Anthony next, a really controversial figure at United and his latest interview. I'll be giving my perspective on him and maybe even my apology to Anthony, as well as other stuff as well. Matthijs de Ligt and some news surrounding him. Have we put in a new bid? Is the deal completely off with the Jonathan Tah situation? And also a bit of fake news being spread about by annoying German outlets. So much to be coming today. Make sure you smash the like button if you are enjoying. Let's boost the like button. Let's get the algorithm going. More people like the stream, the more people we get in, the better chats we'll be having. Sander Berge. Who else? Let's get Fofana in there. Let's get... who else, chat? Give me some names. Fofana, Zubimendi. I'll include him in there just for now. Amrabat. Are there any other names? I know Joshua Bob. I'm just making sure. Virgil van Dijk was at Southampton. He was about to be relegated. He wasn't super highly rated. Only Liverpool went for him. Look how he turned out. And they still paid a huge fee for him. So next time you say relegation candidates, oh, it's Southampton. Roy Keane came from Nottingham Forest. I mean, seeing up midfielders coming from smaller clubs in worse positions, yeah. Point blank. Ugarte, yes, no, you're right. I'll get rid of Zubimendi because I'm pretty sure he's going to go to Liverpool. But go crazy with this, chat. There's over 90 of you in the stream right now. The support has been fantastic on here today. Let's show your support. Get involved in the poll. Get involved, chat. Same here, just tempering expectations. It's fair. Just make sure it's civil, and I don't care. Make sure it's civil. Andy Robertson was a £6 million championship player. You're exactly right, Dan Mazungu. Coming in with some huge points. You're doing well today, mate. Spot on. Spot on. But my opinion, my final opinion on the midfield situation, before we start talking about Anthony, Matthijs de Ligt, and so much more, you don't want to be going anywhere, chat. So much to be talking about today, so much. Sander Berge, Yusuf Fofana, those are the two midfield signings I'm going for. I think we want to sign two players around 40, 50 million pounds. United District came out with a report saying Manchester United plan to sign a new midfielder before the end of the transfer window, regardless of whether any other sales are completed before deadline day. Ideally, the club want to bring in two midfielders before the end of August, but signing a second player in the position would depend on outgoings. This is really important for two reasons. One, we have the funds to sign a cheap-ish player in the midfield. To me, Sander Berge fits the bill. £15 million, £20 million, he is cheap enough to do that. That makes a load of sense. Doesn't put aside any crazy funds. It keeps us in good check. And look, doesn't hurt us anywhere else. That makes a lot of sense. That is the deal I want us to do. I'm convinced Sander Berge is the player I want being brought in to Manchester United at all costs in the midfield. He's my number one. He's my number one. But then the other part of this, the interesting part, is if we sell a player. To me, the only player that could be sold in the midfield is Scott McTominay, who we're charging £30 million for. Chat, before I say anything else about Scott, let me know down below, yeses or nos. Do you think Scott McTominay is worth £30 million? Let me know. Let me know, chat. And I mean, speaking about other midfielders, Manchester United have initiated official contact with free agent defender Mario Hermoso. Negotiations are in the initial phase. Hermoso is asking for a gross salary of €6 million and a 3-year contract. That is from a Ramirez Maximot, sorry. I think that's how I say his name. I know he's not a 6, but 6/8. We're playing a double pivot this year. So, chat, that's fun. I'll speak about him in a second. Let's get the midfield situation out of the way. But if we're looking to sell Scott McTominay, that's who we're looking to sell. That's who we're looking to sell. And I think the club will only sell him if we can bring in another midfielder who they feel is superior to Scott McTominay and brings in more value and/or is a more valuable profile. Scott McTominay brought in how many non-penalty goals last season? From midfield? It's ridiculous. So many goals, so much value that man has, which is just... Look, he's a very valuable player to have at the club. So to sell him and bring someone else in is a very risky thing to do, which they've got to be quite careful about. They've got to be quite careful about. Who do you think, chat, out of any of the names, not Agate, for a similar price, you sell Scott McTominay, who would you bring in? Is it Adrian Rabiot? Is it Yusuf Fofana? Is it Sander Berge? Would you sign another midfielder to be first off? Would you bring in, I don't know, any other midfielder? Let me know. Pepperloo is someone spoken about in this channel a lot. Let me know, chat. If we sell Scott McTominay, do you think any of the midfielders I mentioned are better? And who would you bring in instead? But that Hamas story is real. We really are desperate AF. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm going to wait for corroboration on that. I'm going to wait for corroboration. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. Chat, we are 3 likes away from 30 likes. It would mean the absolute world to me if you could smash the like button. If we could try and reach that, that would mean the world. The absolute world. Asking for a gross salary of €6 million. Chat, can someone figure out how much that is per week, please? Thank you. Someone figure that out for me. I don't have a clue, to be honest. Don't have a Scooby. Haven't really watched Hermoso. Has anyone here watched him? Anyone here? Let me know, chat. Let me know. Let me know, chat. Berge's a DM. I know you're not liking Mark. That is fine. He'll just have to... That's the thing. Charles, you're exactly right, mate. When it comes to any player we bring in, and you know what, any player who's here this season, and I'm about to talk about it with Anthony as well, they have my full backing. Every player this season, if you're wearing a United shirt, if you step on that pitch, fresh, clean state. Fresh, clean. I will back you. I will support you. I will not take the mick out of anyone or criticise anyone until you give me a reason to this season. No past judgments. No past judgments. And look, we'll speak about that in a second. The Anthony stuff is interesting. We'll talk about that in a second. Malp says, anyone confident here will win the Matthijs Shield tomorrow? Chat, stick around to the very end, and we'll be talking about the Community Shield game in depth. Speaking about that, I was at the FA Cup game 2 seasons ago. I was desperate to get to this game as well. But yeah, no. I'd love to see us beat City one more time. That's 3 games, 3 top domestic games, which we played City in. You know what? No. It's quite exciting. I'm quite excited for it. I'm quite excited. Can see a loan for Agate and Pamely PSG are open to it. They are open to a loan with an obligation to buy with a similar fee, which is too much, which we do not want to pay. Look, chat, shall we speak about Anthony now? Shall we speak about Anthony? The most of the stuff I'm going to wait on because I don't know. I don't really know. There's no correlation yet. But shall we talk about Anthony to end the midfield off? 42% of you agree with me that you would rather bring in Sander Berge as your new Manchester United midfielder next season. Chat, makes me happy. Makes me smile. Christopher Vivell might have recommended Berge. The club have had him on a list for a while. He's been on our list for a long time. But shall we talk about Anthony, everybody? The man, the myth, the legends. The man who I've been incredibly critical of, actually. If you've been watching the channel for a while, he is not my favourite player. I find him very one-dimensional. I think he is at his best in a very possession-based system, which is Erik ten Hag's original idea at Manchester United Football Club. The issue was with Erik is he deviated away from that. That possession, that control, that absolute prowess in the final third, we no longer have, and we replaced it with a very a very chaotic, all guns blazing, balls to the wall sort of football, which Anthony doesn't suit as much. Counter-attacking football is not Anthony's strong suit. Not at all. But he came out of an interview, I believe it was Telegraph Ducker, or was it MUFC? It's one of the two. Can someone check that for me, please? Hey, Jonathan, mate, how you doing? I still need to fix your stuff, by the way. Sorry, I haven't had the chance to. I need to fix your stuff. But let's read through the interview together. Let's talk about it. Give me your thoughts. Give me your opinions. The community, the family of the MPB Morning Show. Let's talk about it. He says, a lot happened over the year in my personal life. Like it or not, everything I went through had an effect on the pitch. It was very difficult for me and all my family, but I've learned from it all. I've grown and matured. You know what? I have a lot of respect for Anthony for saying this. I have a lot of respect. I think personal life affects you so much more than you think. It is, in these sort of jobs, it is ridiculous. It's a huge shame. He was accused of some accusations thrown his way. There's some alleged accusations, and unfortunately, he didn't. They were proved false. They were proven false in the court of law, or at least for some reason or another, it was sort of disputed and it was put down. So look, I can certainly see what that had a huge toll on his personal life. I think, you know what, I was too harsh. I learnt recently that there'd been some extenuating circumstances to Tyrone Malacia as well. There's some things that happened with him over the last year that I was like, God, and I was taking the mick out of him on stream. And I was just taking the piss, and it's like, good God. I think I need to be a lot more mindful. I think we all need to, of these players and the things they go through, because the family, the things that have accused them, they affect them so much more than we realise. They're human beings at the end of the day. We call Anthony a fidget spinner. He's not. He's a human being. He's got a family. He's got parents. He's got probably cousins, brothers, sisters who are all going to be affected by that. All going to be asking him, did you do this? You might have lost friends over it. Imagine that playing on your mind. Like Ronaldo as well. Remember the man when he lost his kid very early on, and everyone was applauding him in Anfield. That was a huge sign of respect, and that is something I wish I could aspire more to be like. I don't like Liverpool fans. I don't. It's good natured dislike, but I don't like them. But I have a huge admiration for the Kop. I have a huge admiration for Anfield that day, and that is something I aspire, and we should all aspire to be more like. We should. Anthony's not impressed at all, even from Ajax. He is not a top team player. He scored the goal against City, scored the goal against Arsenal, scored the goal against Barcelona in one of the best games I remember in my living memory. That is Old Trafford back in the glory days. That is Old Trafford under Sir Alex Ferguson. That was Manchester United. That goal was everything we want to be. So, look, I think he is a player who can embody United when he wants to. And he needs to show improvement, and he has. The one thing I was looking for with him, was accountability in this interview. I heard an interview was coming a few days ago. I was like, look, if it's going to be lay off me, I've been through stuff, but if he didn't take accountability, I was going to be a bit sceptical of it, but he did. He says, I believe I learned a lot from the adversity. I learned from everything I go through and learned that everything is possible when you persist in achieving what you want. I put the past behind me. What I went through last season impacted me. I definitely need more goal participations and to score more goals. It's something I demand from myself. Rest assured, you'll hear the name Anthony in relation to goals and assists. Yeah, look, I'm really impressed. I think it's the whole thing about Ineos. I've said the entire time, it's a revolution. It's a new start for everyone. From Eric ten Hag, who led and coached some of the worst structure in the whole of the Premier League last season. We had some of the worst performances I've seen at United in a long time. Sofian Amrabat was poor throughout the whole season. Revolutionised himself against City in the FA Cup final. And for that, I back him. But everyone, I think, you have to show your support to these players now. Wipe the slate clean. New owners, new start for the manager, new start for the players, especially when they're taking accountability. Anthony sees himself as part of the legion there. He spoke about Ahmad, Sancho, Rashford. Whenever one of those score, whenever one of those are playing well, he is happy about it because winning is what unites them. That is the mentality you need. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Chat, do you forgive? Do you disagree with Anthony? Let me know. Let me know. I want to hear all your thoughts, all your opinions. I'll read out the other stuff in a second. But let me know. Are you forgiving Anthony? Do you back him? Let me know. Let me know. At Ajax, he was one of their goal contributors. He was. He can do amazing runs, but he can't cross to save his life. He reminds me of Ashley Young. Young was a cutting merchant, man. God, I love Ashley Young. I have a lot of love for him. Anthony can be our left back against City. Don't say that. I'm not sure if Amas will be thrown into the Lions yet. I want him to. Let's see what you lot are saying. Anthony is so far down the pecking order now, he will find it difficult to get game time unless he starts putting up numbers when he gets his chance. If he gets his chance, everyone will get their chance, chat. Everyone will get their chance. It's a long season. As we've seen already, United drop like flies. Our players, poof, gone. What's that injury list like? Maguire's a doubt. Lindelof's a doubt. Evans might be a doubt. Yoro's injured. Do we have a centre-back? Do we? Look, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. But look, we'll see. Yeah, Jonathan, mate, I agree with you. Let's see. What about the outside of the boot cross to go actually for the goal versus Chelsea? Yeah, exactly. He's had moments. He's a truly talented footballer. It's just putting them together. It's putting those performances together. Again, more accountability, more willingness, a desire to improve. Yes, they will see more. It's there written on the paper in my objective regarding the right foot. More work on the right foot, score more goals and assists. I'll show you these notes one day and you'll see the results this season. He's got to back it up. That's the thing. The man has to back it up. That's my thing with him. He's got to back it up. He goes and says some other things as well, but you get the gist. I think you get the gist, chat. You get the gist. Yeah, man, maybe. I actually don't know how to do streams with other people yet. Let's figure that out. Are we getting a 6 ASAP, says Gregory? Maybe, mate. Maybe. If you go, finish the stream. Carry on with us. At the end of the stream, go watch back the first 25 minutes. We go in depth on the midfield situation then. We go in depth. But chat, stay with me today. We're talking about Matthijs de Ligt next. Speaking about the Community Shield, how we're lining up in that game, how I think we're lining up based on my information, but also guesswork as well. Look, be excited, chat. Stick around. He scored 7 goals for Ajax this season. We got him. Yeah, I know he did, but Anthony's quality. I think he's so focused on goals and assists. I don't need him to be. I need him to positively impact the game. The same way I would look at Sander Berge and ask him not to get goals and assists. Anthony is a touchline winger. Hold the width. Play the balls in. The thing I loved about Ahmad against in pre-season is his work with Mason Mount. He was going on the outside and he had Mason Mount underlapping him, overlapping him. Diogo Dalot flying down the right-hand side as well, or whatever right back we had. He worked so well with other players. It was a joy to watch. I want to see that from Anthony. I want to see those connections. Them being on the same wavelength. Anthony needs to do that. The second he starts doing that, I will start trusting him. That's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, I get it. It's tough. Anthony's the same thing. He got genuinely emotional when he spoke about where he was from. The man has been through a lot. The fact that he would have been mentally thrown off last season, when we talk about where he came from, what he had to fight for, what his upbringing was like, it's a testament to his character. And I am not Anthony's biggest fan, but I'm coming on here being that positive voice, being that shining light, to try and say, look, you know what, chat? We have to back these players. We have to back them. Because without us, they're nothing. They're nothing. Danny says, Laurie Whitwell saying United will make at least 2 more signings before the window closes. You know what? Sort of segue us on to the Matthijs de Ligt segment. Bit of news was sent to me a second ago. Here we go. According to Samuel Luckhurst, Manchester United want to make at least 3 more signings in the final 3 weeks, or pardon me, chat, of the summer transfer window. That's what we're aiming for. Oh, pardon me. Sorry, I'm a bit ill at the moment. I'm a bit ill, and it's causing a bit of gas, unfortunately. Everyone smash a like. But speaking of aims, let's aim 50 likes. So we're 13 likes away. Let's see if we can hit that. And as always, if you're not subscribed already, smash the subscribe button. We're aiming for 7,000 subs by the end of August. And as per, get at me at Alex Talksall on all platforms. Active on TikTok, active on Twitter. I'm going to be active on YouTube, on my own YouTube, very, very soon. I got family in Trinidad, mate. I got family there. It's cool, mate. It's cool. So, Matthijs de Ligt. 3 signings. That's what we're going for. To me, it's a centre-back, a right-back, and a midfielder. And obviously, the centre-back we're aiming for is Matthijs de Ligt. Jared Brathwaite's been thrown out there. Gonzalo Iheanacho earlier in the window. Now Hermoso. So many names have been mentioned, but Matthijs de Ligt has been the name that's been dragging through. I'm not even going to be saying going through, driven through. No, dragging. That's what it is. Chat, you do not understand how bored I am of this transfer. I don't know about you, but it just feels so dull at this point. Like, you know what? I'm not going to speak about loads, but the most exciting thing today was the Build in the Times being very clickbaity and saying Matthijs de Ligt had done a hit and run. It wasn't a hit and run. He hit a car. The way they phrased it seemed like he ran someone over. He's not going to jail. He's not going to prison. It's fake news, quite frankly, and it's a disgrace. It is an absolute disgrace, and it really, really, really frustrates me. It really frustrates me because it's not fair. It's not fair on the player, and as per, even if you're linked with United, you're bombarded with these stories. Of course you are. The fact that, you know what? The fact that that happens, it's just, ugh. Good God. Good God. Fofana deal be successful. Fofana is my other choice for the midfield signing. If I was to have 2 midfielders, it'd be Sander Berge, Yusuf Fofana. That's what I go with. But chat, how do you feel about the Matthijs de Ligt deal? Are you all feeling good about it? You feeling excited about it? Or are you, like me, just sort of being dragged down a little bit? I don't know. I want some excitement. Let's put another bit of a bantamweight. Why not? Make it fun. Let's have a bit of fun with it, chat. Let's have a bit of fun. Why not? Why not? Can we talk about Victor Lindelof? Played 1 preseason game and a doubt for tomorrow. With 1 year left on his contract, it can be difficult to find a club to buy a United player. We spoke about this yesterday, mate. We spoke about this. About how players being injury prone. About players being, quite frankly, on too high wages. Being overpaid by Glazonomics in poor attempts to keep them tied down to the club. To keep their value up when it just lowers their value. United are in a precarious, poor place in the market. That's where we are. And it's a struggle. And it's a huge struggle, but we will get there. To take our medicine, sure, we're going to lose money on Lindelof. We'll lose money on Wan-Bissaka, but hey-ho. Hey-ho. Any more things about De Ligt? Let me know, chat. Let me know. No, it's getting rather boring about De Ligt, to be honest. I agree, mate. I agree with you. We've got a youth player signing a new contract. Sonny Aliofri is set to sign a new 3-year contract at Manchester United Football Club. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new... we've got a youth player staying on, which is nice. Not much news about the deal, no. Hopefully. Keeps freezing. Is it back yet? Oh, dearie me. Am I back? Am I back? Please? Please? I think I'm back. Oh, sorry. Sorry, chat. God, my Wi-Fi system's been a bit iffy. I'm really quite happy it's only until now. It started kicking in. But shall we talk about the... Shall we talk about the Community Shield? Manchester United versus Manchester City. Community Shield 3 times in 3 years. United v City has taken place in a domestic cup competition final. I was there at the first one. The one where we lost. Where we conceded within 13 seconds. That was fun. I was there when Gundogan scored. Yeah, that wasn't great. Wasn't great at all. Look, it was... And then we won the next year, so you know what? The pain I suffered then made that victory so much sweeter. We're back for round 3. We're tied 1 up. Best of 3 series. United City. First and foremost, chat. Who do you think is winning? Who do you think is winning, chat? Let me know down below. United City. Let's not get involved in the polls yet. Let's try and get the viewers back up. Get involved in the chat. And also, we are 8 likes away from 50 likes. It would mean the world to me. We can get back on track to growing this channel to new heights and smash that like button. Get involved, chat. Get involved. Be good to see a Xerxes debut goal. Yeah, it would be. I think, has he started training properly yet? I don't actually know. Don't actually know if he started training properly yet. I don't know. I do not know. 2-2 Pens United win. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I can't take Pens again. After the Euros I've had, watching England, no, I can't do penalties again. Cannot do penalties again. I'm expected to get tonked. We're not ready yet this pre-season. We've not looked that bad. Off the ball, bit shaky, but I don't think we've had the full team. On the ball, I've not minded us. I think we've looked really quite good. Oh, pardon me. I think we look really quite good. Danny Tarr says, yes, he has. I still think Sancho starts up front. You know, I will read off very quickly what I think my ideal starting lineup would be. So I do that. So I do my starting lineup, what I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Onana in goal. I think Amas is going to start at left back. I think he will. I think he's been superb during pre-season. I think he's been fantastic. I think he deserves a shot. And with Luke Shaw out, I don't want to see Dalot and Wan-Bissaka because Wan-Bissaka might be out as well, injured. Look, to me, I would rather have Amas starting. He deserves his spot. He's been playing really well. And it's pretty much a glorified pre-season game. That's how I see it. On the right, I'd play Dalot. At the back, I'd play whatever centre-backs are alive and well. That's what I do. Avabnid, thank you so much for the donation, mate. Thank you so much. God, cheers, mate. Thank you. City running riot on United midfield and defence. And Ineos will say once Maguire and Lindelof are back, we'll be fine. This season is written off. I might disagree with you, but thank you so much for your support on the channel. Thank you so much, mate. Honestly, it means the world. It means the world to have these. It means the world to have this channel, to have this community. I love the lot of you. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you. Rashford hasn't played for 3 months. Pre-season. Sorry? Pre-season. In midfield, I would go with... Do you throw Manu back in? I don't think so. I think you start off with Casemiro, Collier, Mount. Maybe even throwing in Bruno. I don't know. And then up front, I would play Rashi, Sancho, Ahmad. That's what I do, chat. That's what I do. That's what I think will happen. Because I think we don't want to take many risks. We don't want to rush anyone back in. We have time. Don't rush anyone. We don't want to get injured, chat. It's the last thing I want. But let me know. What do you think we're going with? I'm expecting a Rashford, Xerxes, Ahmad front three. I think we start with Sancho up front. I don't think we see Xerxes. We'll beat City 3-2. If we do that, I'm gobsmacked. I think we concede a lot. Chat, would you want to watch along? Chat, would you want to watch along for the United City game? What time is it tomorrow? Let me check. Wait. Chat, do you want to watch along for the City game? I actually have time. I'm not going out tomorrow. Let me know. Avand, thank you so much, mate, for the super chat again. Boys. Danny Tarr says Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho, Bruno, Casemiro, Collier, Dallo, Evans, Martins, Amas, Onana, and a partridge in a pear tree. No. Not wasting my energy on this, mate. We are weaker as a squad this time. Really, mate? Really? I don't think so. I think the squad's going to get stronger. I think Collier is a good addition to the squad. He's an improvement on us. Amas coming in is great. I think Xerxes, Yoro, when they get fit, I don't know. I'm going to be positive. I get why you're negative. I don't blame anyone for being negative at this point in time. I really don't. But I aspire to be as positive as possible, personally. I aspire to be as positive as possible. Try saying that 5 times. Good God. I'm doing a watch along if you want to come. Let's co-stream now, mate. Sorry, I can't do that. Sorry, pal. Sorry. Would love to, but I can't. What I'd say is unfair a bit is people keep saying it's the worst signing of Manchester United I've ever... Oh, brother, what are you talking about? Dan, which signing? Dan, what? Which signing? Which signing, mate? Do not know what you meant by that. Do not know what you meant. Oh, sorry. Don't know who you're referring to there. We don't have a Van and Amberbat. We are weaker, mate. One injury from Leach and Mainu, we're done for the season. I think if we bring in De Ligt, I think if we bring in Berg and Fofana and Mazraoui, I think we're fine. I think the system looks better. I think we can drop Ahmad in to be an 8. I think a mid... Oh, no, that doesn't work. Yeah, I think Ahmad could drop into midfielder as well, dropping deeper to help with build-up. We did it for Sunderland a little bit. I think there's inventive ways to get the most out of this team. I still think the best signing that can be made for us this season is, if I would choose how I spend the money, I get why we're not doing it. I get why. Controversial take here, chat. The best signing we can make for the longevity of this team is Sander Berg. You're not going to like this. Jared Vanthwaite. And then I'd sign... Fofana as well. Those are the 3 players I'd bring in. That's what I'd try and do. So I wouldn't sign 4 players, I'd sign 3 instead. That's what I'd try and do. Because it makes the most sense to get the most out of this side. It does. And I don't think that's going to do very well. I have a feeling this isn't going to go very well. Toby Collier is going to grow into the season. Trust me, guys. I watched the youth the last 4 seasons. This little brother is a gem. He's great. I think he's a workhorse. I did a TikTok on him a while back. I think he's great. I think he's a really likeable lad. I think he's going to do very well here. Is Haaland injured? I don't know. Is Haaland injured, chat? Let me know. I was surprised Alva's left. I was hearing about Alva's leaving for a while. I've heard Alva's going to be leaving for a while, chat. I think Fofana is too similar to a profile to Mainu. We need more profiles like Mainu. We do. We need more profiles like Mainu. We do. We can't sell anyone, mate, and we're broke. Forget teams above us. Teams below us are stronger than us, especially midfield and defence. It really scares me that Everton, Newcastle, West Ham, Villa all having great windows. Newcastle gone out and bought Gahey. You've got Villa building a super team. They're trying to get Gachuda, the FM legend, the Dutch lad. Why are they doing that? There's no need to do that. They can calm down. And calm down. And chat, we are 2 likes away from 50 likes. It would mean the world to me if we can reach that today. It would mean the world to me. It would mean the world. If I could, I'd get Andre Stack, Mazraoui, and De Ligt. Oh dear, chat. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to end the stream a little bit earlier. I'm not feeling great today. So I will have to love you lot and leave you. Chat, I want to hear the last final opinion. 2 likes from 50 likes. If we can hit that, that would mean the world to me. And as per, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please smash the sub button. We're so close to 6,000. It was at 7,000 subs. No, 6,000 subs. It would mean the world to me if we could hit that. And as per, get at me at Alex Talksall on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And let me know right now. Yeses or no's in the chat down below. Do you want a watch long Manchester United versus Manchester City? Let me know. Hope you'll be well for tomorrow. Not feeling great. Not feeling great. Look, chat, we're 1 like over 50. There we go. We've hit 50 likes. Thank you so much, chat. I will see you lot tomorrow at 11 a.m. and maybe at 3 p.m. as well. See you, chat. Hope you have a good one. See you tomorrow. Oh,